Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I'm trying to get my recording station organized. Your girl is back for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Phone is on Do Not Disturb reunion part 2. I'm not going to be too long, y'all. I have a fantasy football draft in 55 minutes. Can't be late for my fantasy football team. So I'm probably going to give y'all 30 minutes worth of time because, to be honest, this whole reunion for this whole season could have been 30 minutes. Like, this episode was enough. I don't care about Drew and Ralph next episode, but I guess we got to get into it. I got me a glass of Stella Rosa. It's been one of those Mondays, but it's really Tuesday. Work has took me out. And I worked from home today. I told my boss, because Tuesday is my in-office day. And I think I slept wrong. And you get that crick in your neck. I forgot to bring my Charles Warren Presents upstairs, but trust and believe, when I got up and I text my boss, I was like, look, I can't make it in the office. I done pulled something in my neck. I need a day. I need to work from home. I put some of my Charles Warren ginger vapor rub on it. You see him twisting my neck. I love Charles. He made me, I won't say it wrong, I think a sales affiliate. And he gave me a code. I'm going to make a video. But shout out to one of my good friends, Charles. That stuff helped me today so that was number one. Then number two, everything at work broke down and I was just over it. So I need a glass of wine. And then also, I don't know if I ain't going to put the packaging on the screen, but they got this little website called Mood. I don't know if y'all see it all up and down y'all Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. And it's like fake weed gummies, because I showed it to my friend. She was like, girl, that ain't no real weed gummies. I said, oh, I ordered me some anyway. So this the little gummy. Now it's really like CBD and something called hemp. I don't know what that is. And I tried to Google it and it said it was going to relax me. So I need a little bit of relaxation. So I'm going to take this little gummy and I'm either about to mess my whole fantasy football because it's probably going to take 30 to 45 minutes to kick in. I'm about to either mess up my whole fantasy football team or I'm going to be relaxed how I need to be, which is what I want to be. But check it out. It's called Mood. And, I live out in Tennessee and you can't have no weed out here in Tennessee. I don't even know if you can say weed on the YouTube. Any herbal enjoyment out here in the Tennessee. So they shipped it to Tennessee, so it's not illegal. So it's probably just CBD. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm about to mess up my whole fantasy team, or I'm gonna be relaxed. Hopefully, it's number 2. But I took it now. Anyway, Real Housewives of Atlanta. I took a couple of notes because the episode was so boring. I probably would have forgot everything that happened because it was a whole bunch of yeah, booty shots, face shots. You can't sit with me. You jealous. Yeah. It was a whole bunch of nothing. So I had to write it down so I could shade a couple of people, and then we're going to let it go. I can tell right now these ain't no real herbal gummies because it don't have that herbal taste. So I'm probably just going to be relaxed. But anyway, moving on. Let's jump into Marlo's fashion review because I changed my mind on a lot of the fashions. First up, Marlo said Mayetta looked like Sunday's best. And I agree. It looked like a nice church banquet outfit. Maybe too much breast for church, but I would have worn it. It looked better sitting down than standing up because we all know standing up, Mayetta's pants are very ill-fitting, but it was cute on screen. Candy was cute, but again, Candy, I would have been all diamonds. I wouldn't have had that little aqua patch that kind of looked like a fish. on the front. But Candy was cute. I did not like Candy's wig moving. Like you could tell she had a one track of blonde in it, and I ain't like it. Kenya still looked a fool. Kenya still looked a fool. Her outfit kind of looked like something where, like on Project Runway, when they draw it, you would be like, "Ooh, that's gonna be fire. Let me see how you make that." And then once you make it and try it on, it's like, Kenya, Kenya looked a mess. Her hair looked very dry and synthetic. And I know we was talking about Sheree's face, but Kenya, you about one lip injection away yourself from looking like Kim Zolciak. Stop it, girl. And who was next to Drew? Drew was cute. Okay. Drew's earrings bothered me. I wish she would have clipped the dangly part off and just had on some diamond studs. But that was the only thing with Drew. Up next is Sheree. Marlo said Sheree and Sanya were simple and chic. I thought that was shade, but she didn't really want to shade her friends. Y'all did look very basic, a very basic dress, very basic ponytail, a very botched looking face. Sheree looked good on her filters, but when her face is live in action, no ma'am. Marlo looked cute. Yes, it was is it Three's Company? Mrs. Roper, very much. The fabric looked very expensive. It just was fabric thrown on your body, though. It wasn't a design. So, Marlo, you really couldn't have talked about nobody. Sanya, great pregnancy reveal, simple dress. And then Courtney, it's the part that went like this up the breast, around the neck like a bib. If you would have snatched that piece of fabric off of your outfit, Courtney, you would have looked good. But that one little thing ruined your outfit. Okay, but let's get into it. What's next with my notes? Andy goes around, talk to the ladies. We learned Sanya's about to have a Christmas baby. I'm so excited. I always thought it was great to get a baby as a Christmas present. What a wonderful Christmas gift. But that child is always going to grow up having to share his birthday with Jesus, and everybody is really praising him, and everybody gets to celebrate your birthday and get a gift. And it's just, you don't really get that special feeling of, oh, it's my day. And because really that whole month, I have Christmas parties down there every weekend of the month of December. And my niece and nephew are December babies. But their birthday a little bit early in December where it could still feel special. I think the 2nd and the 13th, or the 2nd and 11th. My sister Kenny Apple, don't be mad if I got the numbers wrong. But I know it's early. I know it's early December. But Christmas, oh, you sharing your birthday with everybody. Christmas Eve, the 26th. Hell, even really my dad, who is January 2nd, he still get a couple of those Christmas birthday gifts too, like this for both. Like, happy birthday, Merry Christmas. Anyway, congrats, Sanya. We learned Marlo is on the Ozempic. She said shots, but we all know what it is. Let me tell you something, Marlo and every other celebrity using up all the Ozempic for the people who need it. Like, I was prescribed Ozempic for a long time. I was borderline diabetic. Shout out to me. Shout out to me. I went to the doctor maybe 2 weeks ago, and I am starting to see it in my face. It's not as chubby as it used to be. In the past 5 months, I lost 35 pounds, and I'm no longer pre-diabetic. Like, I have all of my levels of sugar or whatever, insulin, whatever they testing, is normal. So she was like, I can't even put you on Ozempic anymore. Mind you, I really don't like giving myself a shot, but Ozempic does work for what it needs to work for. Like, I lost some weight. I still need to lose some more. My biggest fear is that once my doctor pulls me off Ozempic, I might gain it back, and I don't want to gain it back. But shout out to the medicine doing what it's supposed to do. I lost the weight I was supposed to lose, and I'm no longer pre-diabetic. Thank you, Jesus. Because that's really what I wanted. So people like Marlo who just want to be, what she say, sample size. Bitch, if you don't... I ain't supposed to be cursing this early. Girl, if you don't see, it was a long time. I couldn't even get my Ozempic for like 2-3 months. It was sold out nationwide because the celebrities and the rich people was snatching it up, paying market price because Ozempic is expensive with insurance. They was paying market price, snatching it up off the shelves as a weight loss drug. Where the people like me trying to not have high sugar and all that stuff really needed it. So you shouting out you on the weight loss shots, I'm side-eyeing you. But see, I got my little sample. I got the couple of months I needed, and it did what it needed to do. But let's move on from that. Let's get into the reunion. It started off with the best read. Andy gave the best read, the shadiest read of the entire reunion when she told Sheree, you do have an interesting relationship with Bills. Nobody else gave a read this entire part one. Good is when Andy told Sheree, you have an interesting relationship with bills, because it's true. You don't pay your bills. You sat in that car and admitted to your daughter. You tell the bill collectors, you give it to them when you get it. The fact that you so rich, you got this huge ass chateau, can't everybody supposed to pay for your dinner, whatever else, you putting on all these airs, but you got bill collectors. Yeah, it's funny. That's what people on my tax bracket, we joke around like, yeah, I get to them when I get to them. I ain't got it. I'm going to get blood from a turn, all that stuff. But you're supposed to be rich and fabulous, Sheree. With all the Gucci, all the Louis, all the Fendi, and you got bill collectors running up your phone. Priorities. Sheree is not concerned about that secret baby of Bob's. A lot of people don't think that baby was a secret to Sheree. I watch YouTube as much as I'm on YouTube. A lot of people, I really feel like Sheree was surprised because Sheree is not a good actress. And I think Sheree was surprised. And then she didn't want to put on like, you had a, like, she didn't want to give Bob the satisfaction of surprising her like that. So she kind of played like, it ain't no big deal. But I bet you she cried in the car. Because Cairo and that girl's age, she like that was way before me. I don't believe so. I believe if it ain't an overlap, it might have been that girl might be a year or two older than Cairo, and he probably had that baby while you was married. But either way, Bob ain't shit. I can cuss now. Bob ain't shit. So who cares? It's sad that Sheree, as gorgeous as you are, body, I agree. Can't nobody on that cast touch you when it come to body. Sheree has a bad body, paid for or not. But it's just sad that that's all you have to offer this world. Like, that's all you have to give to the world is a bad bitch body. And I keep telling you, Sheree, you touching on 50. If you ain't, it's a new bad bitch born every day. Every year we get a fresh set of 18-year-olds that have that same bad bitch ass body. What else do you have to offer us, Sheree? Because it ain't fashions. Moving on. Sheree and Martell are over. Okay. Were we surprised by this? Like, when did you and Martell ever start? I guess when the rental agreement started. But they not together no more. Who cares? Kenya brought up revenge porn, and I was like, revenge porn? I've been away from the Huntsville mess for a minute. I didn't know Martell was involved in some revenge porn. They bring up the birthday party. I don't care. I did a lot of fast forwarding. As you can see, fast forward queen. It was a lot of fast forwarding. Martell was a hired guest. I feel like Sheree continuously changes the story to match whatever she thinks social media about to read her on, because at one point it was Martell was just joking. Someone else, I want to say Stevie or Steve on her staff, picked up the entire bill. Now it's Martell paid for her and Sheree, and what was everybody else going to do? Look, I feel like this. When you invite a group out, and you invite a group out that's not used to telling the waiter, hey, it's just me and him right here. I don't know what everybody else gonna do. But when you invite a group out like that and they're not used to splitting checks, you already seen Kenya said last season, broke bitches don't split checks. She told that to Drew. Broke bitches don't split checks, but Sheree is a broke bitch. Um, but when you invite a group out and it's not said in the invitation, look, be prepared to swipe your credit card, or Sheree as the host, because who invited all these people if it wasn't you and Martell? As the host, be like, look, my man got me and you. I'm paying for the shit. We know, Charles. We know. But I'm just saying, Sheree should have let it be known in the beginning we splitting checks. Or Martell got me, but I don't know what y'all gonna do. It shouldn't be up for confusion when the bill come around. I'm just saying. And then it sounded like it was the type of restaurant where you couldn't split checks. Because you know, some of these high class restaurants, I don't know because I don't eat in too many of them. You know, I'm a J. Alexander's, Cheesecake Factory kind of girl. You know, they love to split the check up at the Cheesecake Factory. I don't go to too many of these high class places where the bill can even get to $1,500. But some of those places, they don't allow you to split checks. So I feel like you need to establish this from the beginning, not after we done sat down and ate and look embarrassed. We got into the DMs. Oh, hey, Charles, you missed the beginning. I shouted you out because I had a crick in my neck, but I forgot to bring the product upstairs. But I gave you the shout out at the beginning, and I'm going to make my videos. I'm going to make it. Kenya is my favorite. Oh, we're going to get to that blank piece of paper because the title of my video is Everybody Wasted a Whole Bunch of Paper and Ink This Whole Reunion. Fast forward the DMs. I don't care nothing about the DMs. Kenya's divorce is still not final. Do we think Kenya is really married? Because I'm at the point now, you've only been married to this man for 2 seconds. What is he fighting for? What is he fighting for? And why? What judge keeps letting y'all go back and forth in this court and fight? A divorce is one thing. Y'all can handle the custody arrangements over there in family court. Like, what is he fighting you for? I don't believe these two have ever been married. I think they shuffling around some paperwork in family court. And she keep going back to family court with this fool, making us believe, oh, that's why the divorce ain't final. I'm telling you, you can't get divorced if you ain't got no marriage certificate. Just break up and move on. Get your lickings, Kenya. I'm telling you, this is why Kenya about to lead the show, because it's going to come out she ain't never married that fool and she don't want to be embarrassed. That man don't want none of your Kenya Moore hair care. He don't give a damn about that house. He live in New York City. All I heard is he want to film with Brooklyn. Let him. He let you film with her. Moving on. Oh, yeah, but Kenya played herself with that blank sheet of paper. Now, the new thing Kenya got telling us why she can't get divorced is because Marlo was banging and kicking on that bedroom door or that hotel room door when they was out there in Birmingham. And she really... See, this how I knew y'all was lying. Monyetta and Kenya talking about it really was a performance. We was going back and forth to Birmingham practicing with the band multiple times. The bands don't do that. The bands don't do that. If you have a special guest, you taking your ass to Alabama State University or Alabama A&M, whatever I ain't go to the rival school. I went to Alabama State. You going to the college campus to reverse. They not riding all the way out to Birmingham to practice with you. I don't believe there ever was a performance. Call me a Kenya hater if you want to, but I just think she was lying. And you played yourself with that piece of paper. Why would you even come to the reunion with a blank piece of paper? That receipt would have sat under my pillow. I would be like, bitch, when you get back to your townhouse, you will be served. And that's it. But whatever. Moving on, Kenya, this reunion was a failure from you, from your looks all the way down to your reads. Fail. Anyway, Sheree and Candy get to fighting over fix your body, fix your face. That's all I could think of. Oh, Charles put it out in the comments. Yes. I told him I had a cold, but I couldn't remember it. But I was twisting my neck for him, Charles, so they could see that Charles Warren Presents work. Because if I still had that creak, I wouldn't have been able to twist it. When I invite a group of people to a restaurant, I pay for everyone. I work in the help. Balling, not me. Not me. When I invite people out, if it's my friend's birthday and I invite them out, usually, like for example, my best friend, it was her birthday. We'll take each other out for each other's birthday. We ain't inviting a huge group of people. It's like, girl, let's where you want to go to eat. And I'm gonna take my best friend out and I'm gonna pay. It's only two of us. I'm never gonna invite more than my debit card can handle. But ball out DM rocks. Don't mind me, y'all. I got the Ostella on the side. Okay, what was Candy and Sheree fighting about? Something about Candy can't sit with Sheree, mop your dirty ass floors, all them shots in your face. All them shots were in your face, Sheree. And I don't care what you say. Sheree can't breathe. She had to get a nose job because she had breathing issues. I call bullshit. Sheree, your whole storyline this season was your fibroids. You was all up in Dr. Jackie office showing us, I don't know what, because I ain't no doctor, but showing us all of your insides, and you need this natural healings. I don't want to do any surgery. That I don't want them cutting on me if they don't have to. I can heal these fibroids naturally. But when it comes to your breathing issues, you couldn't put none of them strips over your nose so you could sleep better at night. You had to go sit on a whole plastic surgeon's table and get a whole botched nose job and was like, oh, fix my titties too, but don't touch my uterus. You know, the uterus can heal naturally, but go ahead and tweak this nose and pull these titties back up. That, Sheree, you right. Candy isn't ugly at all. Candy is, matter of fact, Candy is probably all them ladies on this show have touched their body, but I feel like Candy is one of the only ones that has not touched her face and has aged gracefully and is naturally beautiful. You can't say that about everybody else sitting on that stage. So Candy is not ugly at all, and Sheree is very whack for that because your whole storyline is flawed. What happened to healing naturally? You couldn't get no asthma pump or nothing like that. I'm not even going down that road with Sheree because I already told you, when all you got to offer the world is your body, you will lay on the surgery table to tweak that because that's all she has to offer. Anyway, she brings out this newspaper. I forgot why. They was arguing over fix your body, fix your face. And the pamphlet was nothing but bad reviews of Old Lady Gang, mop them dirty ass floors. At least Candy got a business floor to mop. At least Candy's businesses are turning profits. She's sitting over here like, well, you know, it takes 2 years to turn a profit. No, it doesn't. No, it does not take 2 years to turn a profit, especially not when you buying the stuff for 50 cents and selling it for $800. Like everything on Sheree's website is extremely marked up. Extreme, it's probably like a 300% markup. And you telling me you can't turn a profit like that? Then she brings up Johnny. Well, at least I ain't have to steal nobody idea. How whack, like Charles said again, how whack for you to have to go all the way back to Phaedra to bring up Johnny. And then she brings up the shootings. Well, at least my business ain't got no shootings. I hate that they're doing this to Candy. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And now I 100% believe there was some kind of Real Housewives, Giselle, Robin, and Cherise sit down. Because you know them ladies over Potomac will sit down before the filming and come up with a plot line. I feel like Marlo, Sheree, maybe not Sanya, but definitely Marlo and Sheree had an agenda to bring up these shootings on Candy. Because why are you throwing that in her face? As a business owner, you are not responsible for what patrons do. So you telling me every movie theater, grocery store, school, how unfortunate, but every place that got shot up or has some kind of act of violence, is the business owner's fault that an act of violence occurred at they place of business. Sheree, you dumb. And that's why you can't turn no profit on them overly priced, ugly ass Shein fashions. And you jealous that Candy can go over there and get some stuff from Shein and have a business. The whole 14 years you were supposed to be have a She by Sheree. Candy has had tags and turned profits, and you're jealous. You spent more time on this She by News whack ass article than on your business. And that's why you're a failure and a dummy. You saying you can't sit with me with a person with a natural face is ass backwards. Nobody wants to sit in the broke people corner. Matter of fact, you can't sit with Candy. You can't even afford, you're not even in the same tax bracket. We don't even know why you sitting next to Andy. Nobody wants to sit with you, Sheree. We over here making money moves. We don't want to just have an inflated breast and ass waiting for the next NFL player to take care of our bills and give us a percentage of their retirement check. No, Candy is over there making real boss moves. You need to go sit with Candy and learn something. She was trying to help you. But anyway, what else happened? Oh, Candy did call her a nothing ass, broke ass, nonprofit turning ass bitch. Low down and dirty too. I think I added a couple of words in there, but that sums it up for Sheree. Then there was a whole bunch of yang 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 yang. Andy hit the bong, and I was so happy. Was it a bong? No, it was a gong, whatever it's called. But anyway, let's move on, Sheree. Too much time. I got my fantasy football draft. I can't be up here reading these ladies for too long. Okay. Drew said she took a pay cut to do Todd's little ass movie, and she ain't never doing nothing below Lifetime again. But excuse me, Drew. Hold up. I got a question. Aren't you and Ray Janae on a Tubi film? I heard wasn't nothing bad as Tubi. Now, I ain't got the channel, and I ain't paying for it to watch them whack-ass movies either. But aren't you over there on Tubi? I wonder how much Tubi paid you. Who cares if Candy paid you the base rate? That's what Tyler Perry pay everybody. And ain't nobody knocking down Tyler Perry in the film. Nah, I ain't watching them. And mind you, I like The Pass. Some people didn't like it. I thought The Pass was a good movie. I thought it was shot well, edited well, and I thought Drew did a good job. But bitch, we ain't gonna act like you some Oscar-worthy actress and like you Monique on The Precious doing Oprah a favor. Like Candy did you equally. They did you the same favor because I don't see you acting on nothing else. And your single is trash to me. Now some people might bop to it, but it's a skip. A fast forward, remove from my playlist. Don't shuffle this around on my YouTube music no more. Right, she's no Monique, so who cares? Yeah, she over there with Raise Your Name. I already said all that. Drew called Candy a candy coated lie because they still lying about this. I never kissed the girl. You trying to promote the movie, all this stuff. Production showed the flashback, but I know they got monitors on that reunion set. This would have been the perfect time to show Drew, bitch, in them black outfits. I forgot what season that was, but whatever season that was with Toya, you were on the reunion and you admitted to kissing a girl before. Judge Judy say all the time, when you tell the truth, you ain't got to remember no lies. If you tell the truth all the time, you're going to remember it because it's easy to remember the truth. But when you lie, you have 50 million different stories like your cousin-in-law. But anyway, Charles, you being shady. I think Drew is a decent actress. Like I said, she ain't no Monique. She ain't no Angela Bassett, no Taraji P. Henson. She ain't even Vivica Fox. But she ain't on there. She ain't like the girls over there on Sisters. Them girls can't act to me at all. But anyway, I ain't trying to shade Tyler Perry and what he do. What else I got to say about Drew? Candy then gets mad and say, girl, you lie so much. I believe you gaslighting Ralph. Look, a lot of people are upset that Candy said that. I'm not. You can't play in my face and make me upset and then get mad at the response. Now, Candy, I am mad that you played with Courtney talking about her sister's mental health. I didn't like that, but I kind of feel the same way. Drew and Ralph lie and play so much on my TV screen. I don't know. And now they sitting on here talking about we still live in the same house. We might not get a divorce. Everybody want them to work it out. Why? Because they're acting. I really don't believe a lot of this. And if you come back next season like Ashley Darby and you're still working it out and you ain't really want to pull the string to the divorce and all this, I ain't gonna have no more sympathy for you. I really don't have any for you now because you lie and you play too much. And maybe Drew isn't gaslighting Ralph, but I don't know what part of her story is true and what's false. And I'm at the point now where it's 3 seasons. I don't care. Andy tries to move along the conversation, but then Drew has to turn back like, but wait, Candy, are we still good? Because, I might need you next year for a movie role. We good. No. Candy, if you give Drew another movie role, I don't have no more sympathy for you. I'm kind of lost on the Candy sympathy as well because you help everybody out on this show and then they slap you in the face and act like you ain't really did nothing for them. So, Candy, I don't know. Stop helping these people out. They aren't your friends. Let's move on from there. They bring out Monyetta and Courtney. Drew throws a plum at Courtney. Now, this is the only time I was here for Marlo. Girl, don't be throwing no shit on this expensive ass fabric. And Drew, it was already kind of womp womp when you threw them doggy bones at, I think, Latoya or Sanya. I don't know who you threw the doggy bones at. It wasn't that good of a prop then. And so now you're on the reunion throwing plums. That was a fail because at the end of the day, you was on here playing, oh, that's my cousin. That's cousin Courtney. You was playing that game with Ralph in the beginning. So I ain't going back there. Let people look dumb by themselves. Like, Marlo had a moment with her life coach, and that was a complete fast forward. Don't care nothing about that. Kenya get caught up in another lie because Kenya, you should be seasoned. You should be seasoned in this. Andy says, well, why didn't, because they got to them DMs again. I ain't care. Andy was like, well, why didn't Roy want to film so much with you? If that was your guy friend and y'all were dating or whatever, how come he doesn't want to be on camera with you? And she says, because once he saw the super trailer and saw that Marlo brought up his name, he didn't want to be associated with Marlo. And Andy's like, hold up. But filming was wrapped by then. Maybe he might not want to film with you next season. But what they got to do with this season? And Kenya got to doing that. Sheree stuttered. Well, he saw the mid. Andy was like, filming was wrapped. Sheree, I see all of y'all lie so much. I don't know which name to call. Kenya, you got caught in that lie. Part 1 wasn't good for you. I hope you do better part 2. But part 1 was a fail. Oh, I'm almost through this. We get into the door slam. Everyone, after watching the scenes, say Marlo did slam the door in Monyetta's face. Okay, why didn't we get a Marlo apology? Why did it jump right over to Sheree? But you called us a hyena, bitch. I don't care what I called you. You was wrong. Are you going to apologize or not? Well, I don't like that Sheree does. Marlo does it. Really, and Drew does it too. Drew does it. All the ladies kind of do it. Instead of accepting accountability for your fault in the action, like you could have just said, Drew, or Monyetta, I'm sorry. I was 3 people behind. I really didn't see it. And I was just trying to defend my friend to move on from the situation. But yeah, she slammed the door in your face. Instead of just saying that, but you called us a hyena. Girl, you done call people worse. Who cares? Y'all were a bunch of hyenas up here defending Marlo, and Marlo acting a complete ass, kicking down people's doors, slamming other doors in people's face, then all outside cussing out Drew. Like, Marlo was doing too much that trip. We got into the bitch word fast forward, the soft launch fast forward. At some point, Sheree calls the other couch jealous, broke bitches. I really feel like she was talking about herself. Cause jealous of what? Let's keep fast forwarding. Is Candy over the show? She says no. She was just booked and busy, over booked herself, was doing too much. I think Candy is over the show. Candy has so many opportunities in other places, like producing on Broadway. She's doing her own movies with Todd. Well, Todd is doing movies. She's producing with Todd. She's on The Shy. I think she's on another show too. She is still touring with Escape. Candy really doesn't need Housewives of Atlanta. She just got her spinoff picked up for season 2, Old Lady Gang. Is it called Old Lady Gang? Whatever. Man, I don't want to advocate for Candy to be off the show, but Candy doesn't need the show. And at this point, I would move on from it because I wouldn't have time for all the drama. We get to Drew and Courtney. Oh, I want to fast forward so bad. They can't get their cousin lie straight, and it's mostly Courtney. At first, when we first met them, they met at a party and they realized that they were first or second cousins. Then it got down to we cousin-in-laws. Then it got down to Ralph's best friend is Courtney's cousin. Now she done said her daddy's wife and his sister's husband are third cousins. And I'm like, girl, just say. And then today on the YouTube, I found out that Courtney is from Tampa. Allegedly. Because I heard that on the YouTube streets. I don't know where you're from, girl. But we have all been saying Courtney is the bitch from Tampa. Gotta be. Drew, you don't let your husband tell you this woman is his cousin and it's really his mistress, allegedly. You done got him to stop going to see his boo in Tampa and move her to Atlanta and be on your show. Because at the end, you the peach holder. And then the whole time you checking Courtney, don't have my son name in your mouth. You thought you was on the mic, but it was you thought you was off the mic. And then Courtney had the nerve to say, bitch, I knew what I was saying. I was just pretending like the mic was off. I was saying everything I wanted to say. We can't snatch people up because Drew wants her job. But I'm telling you, once them cameras would have caught off, I would have snatched her up on the way to the car. Oh, maybe not in New York. They send people to jail real good in New York. I would have snatched her up on the way home once we got off that plane back in the ATM. Because the whole time Courtney in your face, are you going to do what? I'm going to say your son name again and you going to do what? Look, we all know that Courtney is Ralph's mouthpiece. Courtney is saying all the things that Ralph feels like he can't say because it'll make him look bad, but you still look bad, Ralph. If we see some pictures of Courtney's eyes black and blue in a few days, we know Drew did it. Up next week looks like a lot of Ralph and Drew acting. I really don't care about the state of their marriage. Like, get divorced and move on. Be like Cynthia. Cynthia got Mr. Chill on up out. She got him on up out. Like, this my Lake Bailey, that's your little place in LA. Done. Now I know Ralph Drew is gonna be a little bit harder. Y'all got some child support to work out, and nobody want to leave the little mansion. It might take y'all a couple of months, but Eva seemed to have done it. Drew, just leave. I don't care if you go to Ty. I don't care if you go to Mimi. Just leave Ralph alone. It's draining to watch. And then I just want to make a note. Andy was teasing the reunion about somebody had the shadiest piece of receipts ever. I hope it wasn't that little pamphlet Sheree brought out? Because if so, Andy, you need to be slapped too. That shit was not shady. It was weak. It was dry. It was late, especially from a person who needs to worry about their own business and not what Candy got going on. So I'm hoping in part 2 we get the shadiest piece of receipt ever, because that pamphlet wasn't it. But other than that, I guess we'll be back next week. I'm so happy it's only 2 parts. And then after Atlanta, it's going to be a minute because Potomac doesn't come back to November. So I think Love is Blind to be out. Me and Ebby will review Love is Blind. And then we're also going to review Villain House. So it's going to be a couple of little reviews out there until Potomac starts back up. I can't wait for Potomac because I love my grandam, Miss Karen. And you know, I got Dragon Giselle locked up over her closet. Giselle right there. I ain't gonna shade Giselle right now. I'm gonna let Giselle live over there. She ain't on my nerve, so I ain't gonna give her none. But you know, that's really the only reason I watch Potomac, is to throw a little bit at Giselle and Robin. But anyway, y'all, it's fantasy football time. I really don't feel that little fake gummy kicking in. I kind of want to take another one, but then I'm scared I'm gonna mess up my whole fantasy football team. So I'm about to just chill. You saw Beyonce last night? Jealous. Me and Charles was just talking about it. Like, we should have went to the LA shows, because we went to the Atlanta show. Hell, if we was gonna fly out and spend money on a flight, we should have just flew to LA. We should have known the birthday show was gonna be everything. And we should have went because Kendrick Lamar was there. I really don't care about Diana Ross, but you know, Beyonce got teary-eyed over her. Whatever. I would have liked to have been at the one where DJ, how in LA you let DJ Khaled come out and open. DJ Khaled ain't even from LA. Why you couldn't have had T.I., Jeezy, Rick Ross, 2 Chainz, you know, all the Atlanta rappers, why they couldn't open while we was in the ATL? Whatever, Beyonce, I done gave you my money. You already got my money, girl. Hurry up and put this stuff on Hulu, because I don't remember half the show. I need to watch it sober anyway. But I'm happy you had a good time at the Inglewood show on her birthday, DM Rocks. I'm a little bit jealous, but because she didn't even do Drunk or Love or Thick or nothing. Whatever, I ain't about to get upset. Happy birthday, belated birthday, Beyonce. But anyway, I'm about to go, y'all. I got to draft my fantasy football team. And then I'll be back tomorrow with Ebby. We're going to go. Oh, you have some good seats. Let me see. My seats were close to where I don't care nothing about them. I wouldn't even have known them. They could have been sitting right next to me and I would have known who they was. So whatever. I would have known Vicky, but I don't think Vicky is on Beverly Hills. Is Vicky on Beverly Hills? I would have known Garcelle. But them other ladies, I wouldn't even have known who they were. But anyway, I'm trying to get off of here. What I was getting ready to say, oh, me and Abby are doing After the Altar tomorrow at 6. And then after the altar, every Wednesday after that, Love is Blind have started up. And me and Abby will be back. So that's what's coming up. Of course, me and Charles will be back for Big Brother. I'll be back for the challenge this weekend. So you will see me soon. And I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one, y'all. Oh, like, comment, share. And also, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Kiss My Cheeks TV. You can find me everywhere. Instagram is where I do a couple of makeup pictures. Twitter is where I like to cut up and talk mess about the shows. And TikTok, I'm not as active, but I like to cut up over there on TikTok too. So follow everywhere on Kiss My Cheeks TV. My new goal is 1,000. Thank y'all for... Bitch, I think the gummy is kicking in. My new goal is 2,000. Thank y'all for getting me to 1,000. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Bye.